How you doing, folks? Are you mentally prepared? Your mental preparedness, part two. Last time we talked about the number one thing that you got to figure out in order to be prepared, and that is your purpose. Once you have your purpose, and I can't give you that, I can't tell you what that needs to be. I know for myself what it is, and I live by that, but I can't tell you what yours is. So you'll have to figure that out. Once you've got that, you got to move on to step two. You have to resolve in your mind what you are or are not willing to do. Are you willing to set boundaries and then not cross them? Because let's face it, when you look at civilizations and cultures that had unrest to the point of collapse, failed state kind of stuff, there were all different spectrums of what happened to certain people and what they did. There were people that went completely on one side of the spectrum and became cannibals. And then there were those that were unwilling to cross that boundary in an effort to survive. So what is the boundary that you're going to set to maintain your humanity? Because that needs to happen. You need to set that before you enter the situation. And it sounds really doomsday and really like heavy. It is heavy. These are things that we may never face. But I kind of think that we will. I kind of think that that time is coming. And that's a totally different conversation. But what is the boundary? What are your boundaries? You need to write those down. You need to write them down so that you can remind yourself why you're not willing to cross those boundaries. For me personally, I set boundaries because of my spiritual relationship with Jesus. And I do what I do because I believe that the boundaries that he set up in Scripture are boundaries that cannot be crossed, should not be crossed. But you have to do that for yourself. What boundaries are you willing to or not willing to cross? Number one is purpose. Number two is boundaries. Stay tuned for part three. Stay prepared.